this. We're going to do this. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Have me some coffee. There's Mr. Frank subscribing 40 months. You got 6 more times to subscribe, and then I think we're good. Yeah, so it says you subscribed, but it hasn't popped up in my subscriber number, which means it's a false positive. All right, I'm getting some writing in. My goal is just to write a page on a couple different things today. Not much more. I was going to start it at noon, and then I had something to take care of. It took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And I was like, I'm not going to rush it, so maybe Monday. I don't know. Maybe never. I thought, oh, you know what? 12 o'clock would be much better. Blah, 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 but I don't know. Who can say? Hope your New Year's was all that it should be and more. And your Christmas, I don't think I've talked to many people since before Christmas. I'm sure it was thrilling. Again, how do you what's the bar for you? Because I'm sure everything you do is thrilling. So there's got to be levels. I'm just gonna keep eating chocolate. Vacation is nice. Was largely bored when I was going yet, right? Hey, I got all this free time. No idea what to do with it. We had from Christmas Eve, Tom and Jess went out of town. So we went to my mom's for Christmas Eve. We had to bring Shelly's mom with us. And then on the way back, Shelly dropped me at home, and then she was gone until Sunday when Tom and Jess got back. So I went, Christmas Day, I went over and had lunch with them. But otherwise, I was on my own, and I was crazy bored. I did get a lot of reading in, though, which was good. I did catch up on all of the shows I taped that my wife does not like. So there was that. And then we had a good week up to New Year's. It was good. We got some stuff done. We get to spend some time together. Last night my wife made ravioli, handmade ravioli for dinner. They were delicious. And made me an apple pie, also delicious. Ooh. On New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, we napped a lot. Taking 2 weeks off in December with no real agenda is not as awesome as it sounds. Yeah. You got to have something. You got to have something like that you're going to do, or if you actually like your wife and your kids, then you're like, hey, we're all going to take off at the same time. We're all going to hang out and do exciting things like mountain climbing or something. I don't know. But yeah, when you're like, hey, I'm just going to be off, and we got nothing going on, yeah, that's not fun. New Year's Eve, we watched the first 4 episodes of this 4th season of Mayor of Kingstown. Absolutely love that show. And it was like 10 to midnight. We're like, let's pause this. Let's turn this off and watch the other 6 episodes tomorrow. Then we put on Diana Ross lip syncing or sing. I don't know. She looks like 1,000 years old. And I was like, I would never, ever, ever want to go to Times Square. I didn't like any of the people there. I'm not a Ryan Seacrest fan or any. I'm like, I don't know any of these people he's talking to. But they all seem very Kardashian fake. I'm not a fan of this, but hurry the hell up. Hurry the hell up and drop the ball so I can kiss my damn wife and go to bed. And that's exactly what I did. Happy New Year. We did the old hugging thing. Fireworks going off like crazy outside. And then I went to bed. Like, all right, and then we watched up to episode 8. So we got 2 more episodes of The Mayor of Kingstown, which hopefully we'll watch tonight. Her best friend and their family are coming over to exchange Christmas presents. We always do it after the fact. And so they're coming over for dinner. And then hopefully they're going to leave early enough we can watch those last 2 episodes. And then tomorrow, I guess, we're going to clean out the garage and try to get all this Christmas crap down. I watched all the Stranger Things, of course. I have not watched them. I'm sure I will watch them. I was not as excited. Like her best friend and her husband, they went and saw it in the movie theater on New Year's. I'm like, yeah, no. Man, no. I don't understand why anyone will want to stand around the streets of New York City in January for 6 hours. In the cold. With stupid glasses on or Planet Fitness hats on. Yeah, the whole thing looked ridiculous. But I always thought it was ridiculous. I think my brother went a couple of years. That's why only people from states that start with the letter I stand out there. Exactly. Or the letter 1. Either way. Yeah, it's just dumb. Yeah, my brother went a couple times. I mean, like in his 20s, I think. And he loved it because he was just friggin' drunk the whole time. I consider going for the Macy's parade. That doesn't really excite me anymore. As a kid, a little bit. what's her name was Leah Ramini when she was on King of Queens. I always remember her or Al Roker, I think. Again, standing around watching things for hours when it's on television. And it's cold. No thanks. You should have done that, Frank. You had 2 weeks off. 2 weeks to hike up to Times Square. That's the other thing. I get back in the day when you could just party in the street all night, but why would you do it now? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand watching the crowd, and again, we watched it for like 12 minutes total. Um, Watching very old people standing out there, I'm like, hopefully you didn't drive from like Long Island or somewhere and to do all this. And then people with like little kids, and I'm like, it's like 10 degrees out. And you have like a 6-month old in your arms. You're going to stand there for 6 hours? You're an idiot. I still wouldn't have wanted to go even if you could party. Yeah. Yeah, just nothing could come of that. That is good. And I can only imagine the awful entertainment for several hours and then several hours afterwards. I mean, they must on that channel. I was not going to watch that Anderson Cooper and his boyfriend on the other one. They're just ridiculous, and I'm like, I can't do it. You know, where the hell's Dick Clark? But Diana Ross is playing their Pitbull coming up. Pitbull's coming up. Now Miami would be a different story. Again, that's just too many people. There's just too many people. Plus Miami, you got to speak Spanish, or you don't even know what the hell anybody's saying. You got to speak Cuban. I don't even like a Cuban sandwich. I don't know. But if you put a gun to my head, I don't know why you would do this. You said you got to go to Miami or Times Square. I'm like, Miami. Miami, it's like a 7-hour drive. But you know what? I'm going to Australia because they're ahead or behind us, something like that. Oh, it's a pretty good doc on children's music. Children's music. It's on HBO Max, unfortunately. Did you know the guy from President of the United States is like a big children's music guy now? I did not know that. I was not a fan of that band. But I would have never thought he did children's music. So I would probably watch that too if there's like nothing else and I'm like, let me just watch this. I had so much stuff taped. Like couple of Oak Island episodes. I'm really getting into like I watch a lot of live PD every night while I'm waiting for my wife to get home. And usually when she's home it's on and we're talking about our day, we're cooking dinner or whatever and it's on. Alaska State Troopers, that show. The Ozark Law. I love all those shows. I think they're all like on A&E or something. I'm like, you know what? I've seen even though there's a billion episodes, I've probably seen every episode of Cops, or I've seen every episode of Cops that they repeat over and over and over and over. I like them for what they were. That they're the ones who did that song Peaches. That was just an awful song. Awful song. And I like peaches. You know what I'm saying? I like peaches. I like peaches. I like the actual fruit. I like the sexual connotation when it comes to peaches. I like a lot of things about it. It's not that song. Yeah. You give me a good big peach, I'm in. I like lump. That's just I don't know. Just seems like a dumb song, and that's probably one of the songs that took them forever to write and record. You know, it's funny. I like that they play the guitar as a bass and a bass as a guitar. I've not gotten so deep into them. I just remember hearing them for the first time, thinking the name of the band is dumb. This song is dumb. Even that other song they had, I'm like, meh. Or they just play the drums as drums. No, they play the drums as a flugelhorn. That's the difference. Who's this guy? Who the F is this guy? I guess he's like the meter guy or something. Like, what's this guy wearing a yellow penny? Isn't that what they used to call him in school? When you have, like, can do shirts and skins. God forbid. God forbid the girls take off their tops in gym class. You gotta put it here. Put this yellow or orange penny on. Yeah, meter is right. Meter? I hardly knew her. Anyway, at some point we watch Stranger Things. I just don't think it'll be soon. We have other stuff we're doing. Where is this guy going? Why are you walking to my house? He looks very upset. Like his life is, he just like struggling, shambling along. My wife wants to watch that Landman, Billy Bob, his show. Like, you know, we can watch it. We can watch it because I really don't care about Stranger Things. I've liked it less and less each season. I'm going to tell you what Stranger Things is now to me. This is mentally, this is my psyche, Frank. You ready? Sure. This last season, what is it, season 5? Season 4 of Stranger Things, I was not a huge fan of. That to me was the Black Album from Metallica. This season to me is Saint Anger. Think about that. Think about it. So you hated Saint Anger without hearing a single off it. Exactly. 100%. 100%. When it was coming out, I had heard all of the where's this guy going? Why are you just walking back and forth, man? Work your job. When I saw the album was coming out, I saw the titles, their new look, all of it. And then I was like, this is not going to be good. I hate this album. I haven't even heard this album. Then when I started to hear the album, especially the song Saint Anger, it's just mindless plodding along. The sound of it is, I'm like, oh, they're just a hard rock band now. with really, really lame guitars and always had lame drum sound. That is very on brand for me. Exactly. And now with this Metallica channel, I had where'd I go? I went to the library the other day, and I had the Metallica channel on, and they kept playing songs, their newer songs, not like from like the what is it 72 seasons. That's not a bad song, but stuff from like past the Black Album, Load and Reload and Saint Anger and all, and I'm like, all these songs are just boring and lame. Lyrically, they ran out of ideas. And then I'm like, you know what? They played like 5 crappy songs like this in a row, and none of them have guitar solos. Like, because that in the '90s and in 2000s in the double aughts, that wasn't cool. You can't have a guitar solo. What is today? Friday? It's supposed to be a positive Friday. It's not a positive Friday. This is going to start the year. I'm going to get all my anger, all my Saint anger out now. And then the rest of the year, nothing but positivity, people. I have almost 2,200 subscribers on YouTube now. So I want to thank everybody for that. I just need a lot more hours watched. Only like 3,000. Maybe a little less. Yeah. I'm hoping by Monday we all get back to normal schedules. I have no idea if I'm going to do noon or 1 o'clock on Monday. No idea. I have nothing on the schedule. When are you supposed to go take a piss and they cut out the guitar solo? Exactly. Sometimes the guitar solo is the best part of the song. They've been playing a lot of live Metallica stuff, and at least live, they basically like, yeah, let's throw in 2 songs from the new album, but then let's play a lot of our older stuff. We need a guitar solo documentary, right? That would be, I would watch that. We had a drum one, right? We had a drummer documentary. That Hired Guns one was pretty good. A lot of stuff. I'm eating more candy. Until I get sick. Guitar versus solos, yeah. Science. I think I watched the documentary last week. I'm not sure if I sent you a message. I like to send you a message when I put it on so then I remember what I friggin' watched. But I don't remember now. It was like a week or more. I did watch some comedy things. My wife is not a huge fan of stand-up comedy. Because she doesn't like the sexual jokes or the constant use of profanity. Made the mistake of putting on a what the hell's his name? Anthony Jeselnik. A couple years ago, we got like 10 minutes in, and she's like, "I no, no, put something else on." No, like, all right, I get it. You know, he did a 15-minute thing about abortion. I get it. I saw a new Guitar vs. Science about Bon Jovi and Motley Crue. Didn't watch it because I didn't want to purposely anger myself on vacation. Yeah, why you didn't want to hear the AI version of that? There was a I don't know if you saw the non report, like it's like that one of those bait and switch things is about Skid Row, original Skid Row band suing Bon Jovi. And I was like, well, if this is about Sayreville Skid Row. They're not the original Skid Row. So is the other band from Ireland? And then when you read the article, it's the only remaining member, because Gary Moore, guitar player Gary Moore, Phil Lynott was in the band. All those guys were in Skid Row, the band Skid Row. They put out a couple albums in the early 70s. And the only remaining living member of the band basically said, yeah, I mean, you know, he's like, I talked to Sebastian Bach, and he said that John Bon Jovi paid Gary Moore like $350,000 for the name or something, or $35,000, whatever amount of money it was. He's like, that never happened. You know, that basically, he's like, that's bullcrap. We just never pursued it or anything. And we still sell a lot of albums in the UK, those first two Skid Row albums from the 1970s. And I'm thinking, but they were Skid Row before. I don't know how legally how that all works. I know John Bon Jovi basically took over the band, blah blah blah, that first album, on and on and on. But it says John Bon Jovi, Doc McGhee, and Richie Sambora all own the name. So I don't know what any of the truth of any of that is. Did you see that articles about Nikki Sixx supposedly trying to get some bands to reunite for their 2026 tour? I did not. What bands are we talking? The Beatles? I think you just need 2 bullets at this. Oh, wait, don't say that. That's not nice. Too soon. I'm going to have some more chocolate. I try not to read anything about Nikki Sixx. He didn't name names, but everyone figures Skid Row. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime. Or theirs. Loudness, obviously, would be the other band. Probably Tora Tora. Salty Dog. I mean, I could just keep naming great bands. Charge my phone. I don't know. I'm really. Motley Crue is one of those bands that really just is destroying their legacy. If Loudest can't figure it out, okay, exactly. That's what I keep saying. Did you see the videos of the Scorpions on this last tour? How awful they sound? Clout Line is doing the Vince Neil sing every third word of a song now. His voice just is shot. Loudness opening for Crue would be cool, though. Yeah, if this was 1986, I never saw Loudness live. I saw Easy-O. I saw Easy-O at Studio One in Newark, New Jersey. I saw them headlining, and then the guitar player, I forget his name, never left. He stayed and lived in New Jersey. He would go and hang out at shows all the time. Electric Zoo Orchestra. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what Easy-O, if that's what it meant. I have no idea. What was that one song they did? House of a Thousand Pleasures. Some good stuff there. I think that Easy-O album came out like the same week or so as Appetite for Destruction. Never listened to them. I remember listening to them because we were going to go up to see them. We saw it was on the Studio One upcoming concerts list. And the what was it, the Aquarian Weekly or the East Coast Rocker? It was like 3 months later or something, and they had big their first East Coast date ever, some crap like that. Yeah, EC Rocker. I was too invested in Jet Boy at the time. I loved Jet Boy. I had no idea who Jet Boy was. They opened up for Kicks, and I saw Kicks like 3 nights in a row in and around. I think twice in New Jersey, the Denellen Theater in Denellen. I think the Stone Pony or Club Benet, one of those, and then at the Airport Music Hall in Allentown. And Jet Boy opened all three shows. I had no idea. I'd never heard the band, and I loved them. Immediately after that first show, I went out and got the cassette. Went to the mall and bought the cassette, and then listened to him and familiarized myself. But by the third night, I was like, even though Kicks was a great live band, these guys from Jet Boy, pretty good. The lead singer, from Lodi, New Jersey, which was the giant. He had the giant mohawk. EC Rocker, which became the Aquarian, right? Art Stocks Playpen, maybe Art Stocks Playpen. I don't know. I just remember seeing them like three times, 3 nights in a row. And then I was a huge Jet Boy fan from that moment on. If you could go, here's a question for you, Frank. You ready? Here's the turn your brain on for a second question. If you could go back in time, right? Not even if you can go back in time. Screw that. If you could say right now, listen, all the money I spent on concerts, on concert shirts, on cassettes, on CDs, on albums, all of that money, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. I could, the choice is I could have, say, $250,000 you've spent over your lifetime on shit like that. Would you rather have that in piles of $100 bills, legal $100 bills sitting on your desk right now, but you have no memories of any of those bands, any of those concerts, any of that stuff? Or would you go, you know what? I like my memories. I like that I saw Tesla open up for 47 different bands at Meadowlands Arena. There's Nick's in. Speaking of opening up for Tesla at Meadowlands Arena, all the money would only buy me the cheap black tour shirt today. Yeah, or you could just go to the mall and buy one at Spencer's Gifts or whatever. I wouldn't want it back. I don't think I would either. Because I have a lot of really, really good memories of all that stuff. I'd be a fucking dullard like TK without all. Yeah, that is true too. Yeah. That is very true. People are like, oh, you're from New Jersey. You remember you went and saw Skid Row, didn't you? I'm like, I don't know who that is. Yeah, when they used to play Mingles in Sayreville. I don't know. I know where Sayreville is. I don't know what Mingles. I don't know what that means. Was that near the gallery? I have no idea what. Sebastian Bach. Oh yeah, the composer. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Sebastian Bach fan, but no, the singer of Skid Row. I don't know who that is. I've done nothing in life but post announcements about my life on social media as if people care. You know what? As long as you care. That's the way I look at it. I'm surprised now with so many more subscribers on YouTube. I get a lot of comments on the coffee now. Which I was like, I'm doing this just for me because I just want to post content and feel like there's a reason for me to get up in the morning. So it's kind of weird now. that people are actually going, oh, I've had that coffee. Or, oh, have you tried this coffee? Be like, oh my God, it's so sad Ozzy Osbourne died. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is. I have this giant pile of money now. Oh, you do like my, thank you. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to add a little bit more to them if possible. Shelly watched a bunch of them in a row and she's like, all you do is say, yeah, I'm going to drink this coffee, and here I've just had this coffee and it's cold out. So add a little bit more to the post. Especially enjoyed your coffee stash video. That's a good video, right? That's a lot of coffee. And then a couple of days when she was gone and the K-cup part of it wasn't working, I was like, and I still don't know what happened. She basically just kind of banged it around a little bit and, cleaned things and shook things, and it worked. And I'm like, there's no way 3 K-cups in a row were defective. But maybe. Because it's working now. So, she hasn't came and sat in here in a while. Sort of think she didn't like hanging out with me. I'm like, this guy is going to have bags stashed in the roof rafters, and I'm sure there's a bag buried under the woodpecker tree also. So waiting for part 2. That woodpecker tree is down. A storm knocked the tree down, and it just splintered. Like, just dry pieces of it everywhere. And then I haven't heard any woodpeckers out there. I'm like, maybe that was the only reason. You see that pillow? My brother bought me that pillow for Christmas. It's the Jersey Devil eating a pork roll, egg, and cheese sandwich on a hard roll. You can't get more New Jersey than that. You could try. Obviously, I'm not getting a lot of writing in today, but I don't care. I'm just glad Nick Zinn is around. I'm hoping he had a good New Year's. Imagine when the awning rolls out for the day, K-cups rain down from it like a rejuvenating spring shower. Yeah, I just catch whatever, the first one I catch, that's the one I'm drinking for the day. It is 64 degrees here today. Not much of a breeze or anything, though. I still got the windows closed because my wife is trying to get out of work by like 3. And I know if I opened everything up, she's going to be freezing when she gets home. It's still 2025 in Wisconsin for 3 more weeks. Yeah. How come Bruce and Bon Jovi never collaborate? Well, they have done many live things together over the years. Frank could probably speak better about this than I. They love jumping on and doing some songs together, and they've done that for forever. I mean, what do you want at this point? You want them to do a Christmas album together? They hang out together and get ice cream all the time. Yeah. We'll be celebrating Christmas next Tuesday, probably. Man, you Wisconsin people are nuts! Yeah, the ice cream story. John and Bruce getting in a car and just driving for days together and going and getting ice cream. I remember that story. My first ex-wife, when she was very young, she lived in Seabright for about a year. And right next door, the apartment next door, Clarence Clemens lived at. So her father had many pictures of him and Clarence drinking beers and smoking some natural, you know what I'm saying? My favorite Springsteen story is from the Clarence Clemens book, which I read many years ago, where they were on tour And they decided, you know what, we're going to go. We just need to get some food. We're just going to get away. We had a day off. We're going to rent a car, take a drive. They find some diner in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Midwest. And they start talking to the waitress. And she's like 20, 21. And she's saving up for a car. And they said, what kind of car do you want? And she says, a pink Cadillac. But not because of Springsteen, but because of who? The Pointer Sisters, whoever covered that song. That was her favorite song. And so the next day, they had a pink Cadillac delivered to the diner for her. I think that's a pretty cool story. What's up, Thick Arrow in the house? It must be 2026. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going, man? Search Bon Jovi Springsteen and you'll see articles that at Jersey Freeze. Yeah. Yeah, there's the one story where John Bon Jovi's sitting in the car on the passenger side, and Springsteen goes in for soda at a gas station or something. And some dude comes running out and is yelling to his buddies in their pickup truck, Springsteen's inside. So they all go running in as Springsteen comes out and he signs autographs and stuff. And then John Bon Jovi's just sitting there smiling. And then Springsteen points and goes, you know, that's John Bon Jovi, right? And then they all run over to him. Favorite biography you read in 2025? I'm not sure. Definitely not the Christy Brinkley one. I did not finish that one. The Crazy Eddie book was pretty good. The mob one about Long Branch, really not more of a bio. Well, no, I guess it was an autobiography because it was about the guy. That was a good one. The guy who used to run he actually did own the Brighton Bar. That was a good book. I think I only read the Crazy Eddie book, but that would qualify as biography last year, so it's that for me. Yeah, that was a good book. Thick Arrow says, long time no see. Mr. Frank says, yo, to Thick Arrow. I'm great. I'm a few chapters away from finishing the first draft of my book. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Keep it going. Keep it going. Everything good for you guys up there? Nice. I want to remind everybody at this point to subscribe or resubscribe. And also to follow me on YouTube. You can find this video and 1,000 more videos on there. And I need you to watch 3,000 hours worth of videos for me. I would appreciate that. This cold is intolerable. Do you have snow up there, Frank? Do you have, what's the temperature? I'm very excited. It's been good up here. I've liked it so far. Good. Very good. Is it an adjustment for the weather for you, or you're like, yeah, I'm fine with this? God played a cruel joke on me when he let me loose in the Northeast. Played a cruel joke on all of us. Only 3,000 hours. I can do that in a week. You know what? Then please do it. I need my videos watched on YouTube. And I'm not even joking. I literally need 3,000 hours so I can start getting monetized. We had secret snow the past 2 nights. It is not getting over 30. Ugh. Shelly got a lemon tree for Christmas. It came a week or so ago before, but it's been so cold at night. It's been in the 30s that they say anything under 50, do not plant the lemon tree. Even covered, there's a chance it will die. So it's been sitting in one of the bedrooms. 17 here. She's only 17. A great Winger song that did not age well. I gotta watch your new one. I think it's a book review. 24. See, it's 24. That's shorts weather up there. I did an unboxing today, Chris Sorensen, but that's a short, so I need actual video watching. I did a my top 5 books of 2025. No, my top 10 books, 11 books. I did the 5 books I'm going to read in January 2026. That's the video that just went up. It's like 10 minutes long, and somebody commented on it and said, "Yeah, I'm not going to watch this whole thing. You should just list all the books." Like that's it's a video. Originally, I was just going to write, "Nope." It might be 50 next Thursday. Wow. Oh, that's new to me. You got to watch the videos, Frank. Come on. You had 2 weeks off. You couldn't watch 3,000 hours worth of videos for me? I wonder what it's going to. Now I got to check to see what the. It's 65, 66 here. Feels like 66. Tomorrow's high is 74, low of 53. Sunday, 59, 49. So by next Wednesday, it's going to be 76 degrees, 58 on the overnight. So not bad at all. It's going to warm up a bit. I watched 3,000 K-Cups. Yeah, but that doesn't count. You need something like 10 million shorts views in like 90 days or something ridiculous. I'm like, that's just too much. The problem is I have so many hours from last December and January that people were watching videos then. It's like a couple hundred hours I lost. So like I'm going, people are watching videos and I'm still, as of yesterday, as of this morning, I'm at 2,140 subscribers, which is good, but I'm at 1,036 hours and I need 4,000. And it's been going up like 10, 12 hours a day. And I'm like, that's not good. Oh, your shorts don't count? Oh, you gotta wear shorts. They are some comfy temps. Great weather for your playoff bound jug. Shut up, Nick. You shut your mouth. You take that back. My wife bought me a new hat for Christmas. That's right. That's right. Proudly wearing this hat. All they need is another loss. Just big loss Sunday. Number 1 pick. We're getting us a quarterback. A franchise quarterback. Maybe. I'm like the biggest Jaguars fan now. You better stop that. I mean, you really can't be a Giants or a Jets fan at this point. It's just funny that the Raiders will have the number 1 pick, and then the Giants should have 2, the Jets should have 3. Like, that's just bad. I'm glad the Chiefs aren't in it. I just need the Jaguars to get pummeled in the first round, so everybody will shut up about them around here. And then I really don't care who wins. I just want to see some good football. So the Raiders will definitely win. Yeah, but here's the thing. Even if they win against the Chiefs on Sunday, the lowly Chiefs, we still need the Giants could still also lose. And if the Giants are playing at 1 o'clock on Sunday. So if the Giants lose, Raiders got it if they win or they don't. Don't be hating on my Jags. I'm telling you right now for MondoCon this year, Mr. Frank, do not come down here wearing your Jags outfit. I won't let you in the door. I wear that Raiders hat out. Whatever night we went out. When did we go out? Tuesday. I went out. I had to go to the library in Duncan, and I wore my new Raiders cap. And some guy was wearing his Jaguars one, and he was like, "Bad season this year, huh?" I said, "Great season." I said, "I hope they keep. I hope we hit another couple like this." I said, it's better than getting everybody's hopes up, and then you're gonna get you're never gonna ever get to a Super Bowl. At least I've seen the Raiders win the Super Bowl several times. And he just went, ah. And I'm like, I don't think he got it that I was making fun of him. The people on the plane are going to think I'm the new tight end with all the Jags gear. I'm going to win down there. You do look like a tight end. Very tight. Yeah, Sunday I'll be watching some football. Tight as end, yeah, exactly. Nick, did you watch either of those shows I've told you about that are set in Wisconsin, or you still haven't watched them? I'm gonna guess he still hasn't watched them. I get it. What was the other? How dare you? Braun Strowman's Everything on the Menu and Tony Shalhoub's Breaking Bread. They each have an episode in Wisconsin. What are you off today, Mr. Arrow? Tony Shalhoub. Yeah, however you say his name. I don't know. Dude who played Monk. I just saw him in something. Had the whole week off. That's nice. Frank's had the last 2 weeks off. Bored to tears. Can't wait to go back on Monday. Get get his hands dirty. Get down deep in the trenches of work. I'm sure it has been very nice. My last couple weeks have been, with the holidays. My wife's home, then she's not home. It's just she was off for this whole week, but she had to go back in today. I'm not getting a lot of words in here. I'm going to be honest with you. I've gotten maybe 100 words written. It was nice talking to everybody, though. It's nice. Sometimes you need a break. When my wife gets home at 3 o'clock, I'll act like I gotta write. How's she doing? She's doing good. It's been a stressful holiday season as usual, but after tonight with people over, then we'll be on the other side of it, and everything will be nice, calm. How's your wife doing? She's still enjoying the job up there? Only did 350 this morning. It's not a lot. What are you working on, Frank? What are you writing? Never have a day off, even holidays. That can't be good. Sometimes people just need a break. I took many days off the last couple weeks. I took yesterday off. My wife home all day. I'll take Sunday off. Probably take Sunday off and just uh, watch football. I'm not one to brag, but I'm on 780 so far today. That is bragging. That's literally bragging. Excuse me. I had red beans, rice, and sausage. One of the little microwave trays of them. We were out. My wife's like, maybe you need these for lunch. I've actually lost a few pounds over the last 3-4 weeks now, so I'm gonna keep doing that. My wife is good, but she loves and hates her job. Yep, that's pretty much my wife. Depends on what day she'll come home. She'll be like, these tenants and or these people up in Atlanta, blah blah blah. And then the next day she's like, you know, this is the greatest job ever. Almost 20 years I've been here. Miss Frank says, oh, that's right. Shaloub was in Flaming Hot, which was a movie based on the story of the guy who invented the Flaming Hot powder for Frito-Lay. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I didn't know he was in. I've never seen the movie. I saw the Food that Built America episode of that, but not the whole thing. That sounds good, making me hungry. Lol. Gimme says that can't resist a buck beans and rice. Didn't miss her. Exactly. These were red beans. In all fairness, it was a really good movie on Prime. I believe I've seen the when I've scrolled through. Have some ghost peppers in the garden that we use in our pico de gallo that'll warm you up on a chilly day. I'm sure it will. I am so not into. Here's a hot pepper to me, a red pepper. Most of the time I'm gonna have a green pepper. Sometimes I go nutty, a yellow pepper or a red pepper. That's about it. Or a peppercino. I have Carolina Reapers on my keychain. That way, when he's driving back and forth to work, he can just pick one off of the keychain and just eat it while he's in traffic. That's how much of a fan he is. I think my wife got Tom a mixed little, the sample bottles of some hot sauces. Correct. Nice. Yeah, you people need to start watching more of my YouTube videos. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Help a man out. Gonna be honest with you, my book sales are crap right now. Oh my God, November, the worst November I've ever had. Easily the worst December I've ever had. Yeah, you people. That's right. That's derogatory. Didn't know you have a YouTube. Oh yeah, I do. Armand, Armand, Armand's Opinion. I need you to subscribe and watch a bunch of videos. Don't watch the shorts. They don't do anything for me, but watch a ton of the videos. And if you have a YouTube, comment on something and then I will follow you back. And watch some of your videos. Yeah, I stick to that. You people. You know who you are. Yeah, I'm getting no writing in today. What I want to do is I want to go lie down in bed and read. But my wife will be home in an hour or so. Need to put it on your links below next to your Amazon and mailing list. Oh yeah, you know what? You were absolutely right. I totally didn't think about that because I set that up about 1,000 years ago. That reminds me of Tropic Thunder. Exactly. Yeah, Armand's Opinion. Because nobody can spell my friggin' last name. And I have an opinion on. I am opinionated. My ear itches. You ever get that where your ear itches? I cut all the. I use the thing to cut the hair out of my ears. Because I'm old. I don't get hair on top of my head. I get it growing out of my ears. We used to know this guy down in Flagler Beach. I'm not going to say his name. My daddy's watching, but somebody maybe knows him. And he had nose hairs that were like, I'm not kidding, like down to here. Like nose hairs, just several, just like a bushel on either side. And I'm like, dude, you don't look in the mirror? Like, you don't see that? Like, you could cut that with a pair of scissors. Like, I'm not saying go out and get a freaking a friggin' buzzer thing, but you can literally cut that with your scissors. You don't see that? You got a girlfriend? She don't see that? Like when I eat food and it drops down into my beard, right? Like it's not dropping into your nose hair. Ear hair is the worst. They don't warn you about that kind of stuff when you're a kid. No, they don't. You're like, as a kid, they're like, down there you're gonna start getting some hair. That means you're a man. You start getting some chest hairs. That means you're a man. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nobody told me about all this back hair. And nobody told me about all this nose hair or this ear hair. Or that I would lose all the hair on top. All the places I need hair, I don't have hair. He's trying to start a new trend. It's a disgusting trend. I'm going to say this too, and I know I'm going to offend somebody. I am not big on women with armpit hair. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that hippie natural crap. Listen, you want to have a giant bush, that's on you. Whatever. But don't have friggin' armpit hair. That's disgusting. And then they always wear shirts to show that off. I'm not. You would be offended. I started using LA looks on my hair now. I use that friggin' thing so much on my ears and my nose hair and my eyebrows. My eyebrows get crazy. Like I'm like, why is this one hair on my eyebrows like out to here? Like how is that possible? I'm trimming this damn thing 3 times, 4 times a week. Do I got to do it 8 times a week? I don't get it. I don't get anything. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Maybe I'll get an hour of get some reading in before my wife gets home, and then I'll act like, oh, I've been working this whole time. Hey, I can only wave at you. I'm deep into this novel. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Thanks for popping in. You haven't popped in a while. Appreciate that, Mr. Arrow, Mr. Exototal. Saw my reflection this morning, so I started offended. There you go. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back. I'm glad you could come out and hang out for a bit too. I'm glad to see you pop in. I hate a girl with knee hair. No, I'm turned on by knee hair. Knee hair is awesome, especially when they style it. I will not be on this weekend. I will have a new Sunday. I should drop early. Probably 11 or 12 Eastern Standard Time. I should drop my 2026 writing goals video, which should probably be about 15-20 minutes long. Everybody needs to watch it. Like, you shave the rest of your leg, why skip the knee? Especially the back. Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird look. Especially when the hippie girls do not shave their legs and it's like thick and black. I'm like, that's disgusting. Shave your legs, damn it. We live in a civilized society. I miss the Mondo Meta Running Goes episodes, I'm not going to lie. So do I. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this one. And, see what happens. Those were good episodes. Those were fun. I mean, the rest of them were fun too, but I don't think I could ever go back to that. Yeah. Maybe you should do one, Frank. Maybe you should do one as well. No, please stop lying. All right, everybody. Please watch my videos. Please. I would really, really appreciate that. And I appreciate you. I appreciated all of you for up to this point. Maybe not after this point, but up to this point. Not going to lie, my numbers dropped dramatically after you ended the show. Well, if I had known that, I still would have ended it. All right, everybody. I will see you on Monday. Either noon or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I haven't decided. No, thank you.